Hello, friends. My name is Daniel Yaangh, and I get to bring to you the first Word Wednesday of this time, and I'm honored to do so. I'm glad that I'm here. In it, right after I'm done kind of speaking here a little bit, there'll be a video of me sharing a song with you that I've been listening to in this season, and I'm excited to be able to sing it and to be able to share it with you. Um, the the thought that I have for you and the encouragement that I have for you is related completely to the shirt I'm wearing. I put it on this morning and I recorded an earlier version of this, and I kind of wanted to distill and think a little bit more deeply and to give to you a little bit more concise thing of I want to call people back to what it was like for them at youth camp, what it was like to be a divine design, right? What it was like to be in the woods, or, well, actually, we're stuck in this new sanctuary place so much, and we desired to be outdoors, right? We had a deep want to be outside and in the wilderness and in the cold with the mosquitoes, because it was a sacred space for us, and it has always been for quite a long time. Thinking back to moments like that, I think we have camp highs, or we get lost in those moments, and then we come back home expecting Jesus to be this youth camp Jesus, and that's just not what we get when we come home. There's, I think, this misconception that Jesus is this big moment God, this big God that shows up in one moment, and how you feel in that moment is exactly how you should feel as you continue your faith. What if that's not what the Bible says? What if that's not what Christianity is all about? What if being a Christian and dedicating your life to God means that in that moment where you chose to give your life to Christ, or where you get to be at spaces like youth camp, you get to see a moment of clarity of who Jesus is. Just a moment where you're like, oh, that's God's glory, and I want that. That's what I want my life to look like. I want to go towards that. And I think those music worship nights or youth camps, they reveal and they give you more space to see that glory, and what you get so excited for it because you want that so deeply. But I think the more that we come back into our everyday lives, we get flooded with work, we get flooded with school, and there are things that pull us away from that moment of clarity. And so what I want to encourage you to do is to know that you can have those spaces in your everyday life through prayer, if you take it seriously, through reading the Word, if you take it seriously, and to be reminded of what Pastor Karen said back in July, that we are first children of God. Nothing more, and certainly nothing less. That our identity is to be built upon that foundation. Not anything that we can do, not our grades in school, not how good of a worker we are, or how bored we feel at home, but instead being called back to that message of being a child of God, of first finding our identity in God. That those momentary pleasures with Jesus high in the mountain can be replicated in your home. So what is it like now? 10 months later, and you are no longer at youth camp. You're at home, kind of bored. Pay attention to who you could be, and pay attention to who you were in July when you were surrounded with all the space to experience the glory of God. You can do that in your own home, and especially now. I know that this time too can be difficult for some, because perhaps your family is not as healthy as it should be, and so this kind of amplifies that. Or maybe you're on the opposite end and you're just really bored. Whatever it may be, and no matter how you come to the situation, know that you can find space to expand and to be a part of God's glory, even in the small moments of your everyday life. recall back to who you were in July. Recall back to who Jesus looked like, who he was for you 10 months ago or 9 months ago, whatever it is. So that's the word I have for you. I hope you think back, and I hope you're excited to begin to see those big moments of God in your everyday life in the small ways. So stay safe. Wash your hands. Oh, I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. And man's empty praise and treasures of fate are never enough. You came along, you put me back together, and every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, nothing is better than you. And I'm not afraid to show you my weakness, my failures and flaws. You've seen them all. You still call me friend, 'cause God of the mountains is the God of the valley. There's not a place your mercy and grace won't find me again. And Lord, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, oh, nothing is better than you. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory. You're the only one who can. You turn graves into gardens. You turn bones into armies. You turn seas into highways. You're the only one who can. You're the only one who can. And oh, there's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, oh, nothing is better than you. And oh, there's nothing, oh, better than you, Lord. There's nothing better than you, Lord. There's nothing, oh, nothing is better than you.